Welcome to the dark house.
Jesus Christ. They're not even going to understand what you said there. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is ShyGuyRocks1998, but you can all just call me Matt. Welcome back to some more West of Loathing. We're about to make our choice on a partner.
Chibi Gaming over here. That's tagging along, I guess.
As I said previously, my favorite person to bring is Susie. I really like her.
Over here.
Before we go, does
I just think she's neat.
Does anyone have any other opinions from what we've seen in
think
the
we're good.
prologue?
I mean, like I said, my recommendation is the Dog Alice or Susie Cochrane. Or Cochrane.
Cochrane.
Those are my recommendations.
No one wants Gary.
I usually take Gary on my own playthroughs because, like, one, he's just really neat. He clones himself basically, and I think he gets healing at some point. But
He
yeah,
also can do this weird multi-attack.
yeah.
But
But if you like Susie, then go for Susie.
if you choose to go for hard mode, you cannot take Gary, and you also can't get the Dark Horse.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's
I'ma pick Susie. Sorry, Doc.
Sorry, Doc, you got this on your own.
You consult the southeast-west map the Hostler gave you. It only lists two things. Town of Dirtwater and the Manifest Destiny Railroad Company's westernmost camp. Well, let's head for Dirtwater, then.
Let's go.
What's up, Susie? What's new, Susie? I'd like to check on some... My tongue just went twisted for a minute. Does anyone else want to go for her?
I'd like to check up on some of the ranches around these parts, see how bad the cow attacks are getting.
Alright, do you know some?
Not in great detail, but I know roughly where a few are, or at least were. Guess we'll have to see. There's one not far from here.
Am I forgetting about anything?
Bartender.
Susie says you should see the
Room.
bartender about renting that room in Dirtwater. It'd be nice to have a base of operations. Anything else? Susie shrugs. Evidently, that's all the suggestions she can think of. Much obliged. Wonder if I could strap a phonograph to the front of my horse. I think I left the oven on. It uses real fire. Bum, bum, bum. The old man stares off into the distance, listening to the piano. He doesn't react to you at all. The piano player is
mesmerized.
not very good at his job. These guys are having a spirited discussion about guns and which of theirs is nicer. Hey! How come
I
they're
can say a
allowed to
lot
drink
about
without
today.
hats on? There's a sign that says see bartender for darts. A cowbell.
Cowbell.
Cowbell. Ah, got a fever. And that fever can only be cured by more cowbell. Also,
These guys
spittoon!
These guys must have fallen asleep during a brawl.
Get that spittoon.
Well, howdy there. Always nice to see a new face in town. Welcome to the Jewel Saloon. Hi, thanks. I'm Matthew. Glad to know you, Matthew.
Hello, Matthew. What's around here? Just call me Lloyd. What can I do for you?
Jesus fucking Christ.
What the fuck?
Nice to meet you, Lloyd. Saw the sign out front. Advertising a room?
That's right. Finest room in the house. And plenty of
You're using a
room
fucking
for
voice
your
changer.
kids. Interested?
How much does
Using
it
a voice
cost?
Well, you're not. Previous tenant was a baker fella. And he paid a month in advance, right before getting himself killed by bandits. You seem like a decent sort, so the room's yours if you want it.
Cheater.
Credits?
Fucking using a voice modifier. How fucking dare you?
Making him sound like the fucking devil.
What?
Sounds like a devil.
This is a spittoon, which is a sort of brass bucket that people spit into instead of spitting on the floor. Because not spitting at all is not an option in this society, I guess. I say this despite knowing that you're pretty intimately familiar with spittoons already, sicko.
Let's go for it.
I'm trying to pick like random voices to do. I'm totally gonna do that.
Look, the Jewel Saloon is pretty nice as saloons go. Actual glass in the windows, more than 2 kinds of drinks, poker room instead of a cockfighting pit. But this spittoon is still a spittoon. The rancid tobacco spit inside it isn't fancy rancid tobacco spit.
Okay, let's keep going.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Alright, fine. You are now hunkered down next to a brass filth bucket, which has probably never been cleaned or emptied because you're near the desert and the ambient humidity around here is pretty low. Low enough that the spit evaporates nearly as quickly as it accumulates.
So that's good, right?
No, that's bad, because it's only the water part of spit that evaporates. This brass bucket is half full of the rest of the spit. The toxins and filth that don't evaporate. Several years' worth. Distilled and concentrated until it's the consistency of molasses. People aren't allowed
Okay,
to
well, I'm
flick
still gonna
cigarette
search it.
butts into the spittoon anymore because they bounce out.
I don't care, I'm gonna search it.
You're about to put your hand into a bucket of something the color and viscosity of maple syrup, except instead of maple, it's flavored with the inside of the mouths of people who chew cigars instead of smoking them and have never brushed their teeth.
Yeah, so?
Glorp. Feels like putting your hand into a bucket of lukewarm tapioca pudding. Instead of tapioca, it's basically poison. Smells like someone ran over a skunk, waited a week, and then set it on fire. It feels like your hand is dissolving.
Keep going. Now you know why I'm so adamant on going for these.
You found something. You found a tacky, filth-covered porcelain cow figurine. A useless, disgusting thing that'll make a great heirloom for your children, assuming you're still able to have any, and you hate them.
Love it. Love it, love it, love it.
Hey, Lloyd. Who's that old man by the piano?
Hold up.
Oh no.
Aw.
Oh, that's old Ellsbury. Tragic fellow he is. He was a writer and a poet. Came out of the West to sell his stories, but no one would buy him. 2 weirder stories. Fantastical-like.
Too bad. I love that stuff.
Well, it doesn't matter much now anyhow. He had to get more work to make ends meet. He did passing well as a prospector until one day he lost his mind in a mine.
He what now?
You know what I mean. He saw something that made him stop telling his weird tales. Made him stop talking completely, come to that. He just stands there by the piano nowadays. It seems to calm down, and as long as he doesn't make any trouble, I don't mind him that too much. Feel a bit sorry for him, to be honest.
Poor fella. Can I get some darts?
Hmm?
Someone on the dartboard said to see you for darts.
Oh, sorry, our roads got broken months ago.
That's disappointing. Need any help with anything?
Well, there any with mechanical stuff, something's gone wrong with our piano player.
I thought the music sounded a little off.
It's not supposed to sound like that.
I'll see what I can do.
Thanks. I had to poke around in him myself, but I lost the key.
This is suddenly taking a strange turn.
For key? Okay, then.
Looks pretty complicated. Need more
Oh,
mysticality.
Lol.
We are stupid. We got the bravado, but not the intelligence.
You look at yourself in the
That
mirror.
honestly matches with me.
Control yourself.
That is basically me. The bravado, but not the intelligence.
Hey, what are you doing in here? Employees only, bud. Oh, sorry, I was just, looking around. So you're the nosy type, eh? Well, I prefer adventuresome. As it happens, there's something you can do for me. I'm out of saltpeter and need someone to go pick me up some more. Saltpeter? Isn't that used to make gunpowder? And other things. Look, who's the chef here, me or you? Okay, where can I find it? Your best bet's a military camp. Your best bet's a military camp. Because it's used to make gunpowder. Shut up. Nearest one's Fort Cowardice. They keep it in little green jars. Okay,
But
be right
use
back.
the magic sword soon enough.
The funny thing, I'm actually I work in the food industry. Saltpeter, I would not recommend.
Obviously.
Heavily not recommend, but you know, that's pretty obvious.
I just, as I rolled, oh my god.
What? What'd you sell?
I didn't sell anything, I bought.
Oh.
Let's see, expert poisoner, please. Whee!
So you lost the book, so you can't...
Yeah, every book is one use only.
Oh, that's stupid.
Hi, I'm Matthew Rami. Any mail for me? Nope. Darn. Well, I'd like to send a postcard.
Alrighty, let's have it.
You write a quick note to Rufus, letting him know what you've been up to and that you're okay.
Oh, it's one of them prepaid ones. That'll be 0 meat then.
Thanks.
Sounds like he's underwater.
Sounds like he's a robot, actually.
That too. Underwater robot.
Okay, Billy one, so I'm not sure what the fuck that's supposed to sound like. I thought it would sound like Bill Cipher or something.
Howdy, are you the sheriff here? No, we don't currently have a sheriff. Need any help until you find a new sheriff? Sure. If you're any good with a gun, there's always somebody who needs some justice. Wanted posters are back there. Cells are over yonder. It's a wanted poster. No, wait, you misread it. It's a wasted poster? Close enough. The poster reads, Wasted, Stripy Hat Gang, for grand theft paint and tasteless hat vandalism. Last seen in the vicinity of Cavern Canyon. 1,000 meat reward. Interesting. Dirty, rotten paint thieves and low-down, no-fashion sense hat vandals. Despicable. Want to go after them? Yes. The House in the Desert Gang. For mortgage non-payment, squatting, and general public nuisance. Also for murdering 2 collection agents. Last seen at the House in the Desert.
By the way, there's a fucking Sans goddamn voice changer.
There's a weird ghostly carriage here. Get in? Not yet. Don't like that.
Don't be in Sans. Don't be a Sans.
Alright, here is our map. There's multiple regions, actually. They're usually separated by the train tracks, from what I've seen.
Oh god, this is gonna be a long one.
Well, we're gonna try. For right now, let's just go to the Stearns Ranch. Meow.
Another ranch burned down by freaking cows. Man, that steams me something fierce.
Guess we should check for survivors.
Oh, hey, more needles.
Between the smoke and the noise, you're guessing the contents of this outhouse are more dangerous than average outhouse contents.
Hell yeah.
Whatcha? Alright, Susie here has only 2 things right now. Build cover, usable once per fight, or crack shot.
That stunned it. No
By
wonder
the
you
soft light
yeah.
of the fading embers, you see a glint of light from below. You hold your nose with one hand as you fish out your prize with the other. You got an item. Toilet pistol. Susie carves another notch in the stock of her rifle. Cow hate flashes in her eyes. Her resolve intensifies. Susie has become stronger.
Fuck yeah. Also, a poison weapon.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be doing a poison build.
Poison bells.
Yep. I've gotta pull up Steam on my phone here because if I close out of the game, it pauses.
I got it pulled up, I think.
Yeah, but I want to pull it up for myself.
That's fair.
Let the guy. You can't make him be lazy about it.
No lazing.
Alright, West of Loathing General Class Guide.
It's not the guy who looks up goddamn puzzle solutions back in Catherine.
Shut the fuck up. That's different. Anyways. Yeah, so this is basically a status effect build that I'm using here. If we want to actually do this right, we gotta find what's known as a prototype Stetson. I think I know where that is. We're not gonna be getting it yet. Revolting Brooch. What the fuck is that, and where do I find it? Revolting Brooch. Ah, okay. Not gonna be finding that yet. So basically, what I have here tells me stuff I can basically use, whatever, at, like, certain points in the game. The specific build I'm using, though, we're really only going to be using 2 guns. The first is the toilet pistol, and the second is a weapon known as the smoking gun, which is only used for poison-resistant enemies. Oh, a charred locket. This safe is scorched, but its contents are probably still safe. Hey, Susie, what are you saying?
Nice.
What in the Sam Hill? What's this cow skull painted up on the wall for? That's a little weird, yeah. Who would do a thing like that? Why? Anyway, as I was saying before I interrupted myself with the toilet pistol, each partner has a certain way of upgrading themselves. Susie... Yeah, Susie is with killing cows. Doc Alice is with killing skeletons. Gary, I think you gotta buy, like, packets of shroom grow.
Something like that, like mulch.
And Crazy Pete, it just happens while wandering.
Yeah, apparently, the goblins in this game are basically like the Warhammer goblin. Well, yeah, Warhammer goblins, or also the Warhammer orcs. They basically are just literally, spores, shrooms, whatever.
I need more mysticality, but I ain't gonna touch that.
Yeah. We're too stupid for that.
Well, I ain't gonna touch it anyways, because I know what's there.
What, another enemy?
Oh, free dynamite.
No, it's a talking doll.
Kill with fire.
I can't. Also, I just realized something. Something I forgot to do. Here we are. Pick that. Get a picture. Examine it. Okay.
What did I do?
And then we go near the grave. As you approach the grave marker, the hair on the back of your neck stands up as a voice whispers in your ear. Give it to me.
Give it to me.
What?
Give what to you? The air grows colder.
The picture. The picture of me. I can see it. You have it. Sure, look at it. No one should look at it.
I guess you must be Mary.
Okay, well then what do we do?
Why don't you want anyone to look at it? The whispering gets quieter. Anger seeps in around the edges of the voice.
Because they'll know. Give it to me.
Know what?
What happened? What it did? Give me the picture. Give it to me now.
Okay, here you go.
No.
Thank you.
I think I know what happened. She was the one who summoned the cows.
Not even that.
Uh-oh, what did she do?
No.
A little girl's diary. Browned a little around the edges, but otherwise untouched by the fire. First page says, in a little girl's handwriting, "This is the diary of Mary Stearns."
The Dairy of Mary Stearns.
The AI and dairy are crossed out and IA written above them. Diary starts out as typical kid stuff. You flip ahead until you notice the writing getting shakier. Found a dolly under a cactus out back, and she told me her name was Grace. Mama and Papa don't believe me that she talks. They say I got a big imagination. Grace says the cows are gonna get us, but Papa says we'll be okay because this weren't never a cow ranch. Grace says he's wrong, but Papa won't believe me. Grace says she can keep the cows away, but I have to play tea party with her. I don't like this kind of tea party, but Grace says it's important to keep the cows away. Mama was sad they couldn't find Effie. Papa said she's been gone so long and they should put a cross up, but Mama won't let him because she thinks she'll come back. Papa said she's only 11, how far could she have gone? And Mama started crying again. Don't want to play tea party anymore, but Grace says I has to.
Oh no.
Papa was out 2 days looking for Joey, but of course he didn't find him. Mama cries so much. I tried to tell her him and Effie are helping keep the cows away, but she don't understand. I told Grace I'm not playing tea party again, but she says I gotta, and if I don't, cows will eat all three of us. She said either I get Mama or Papa to play, or else I gotta play by myself. That's the last entry.
Oh.
You see why I don't want to touch that toy box?
Oh.
They'll make you die too.
Gracie's inside. That possessed as fuck doll.
Mm-hmm.
We should just go burn it.
Oh my god. Yeah, give me that book. Oh, I do need some other things here. I do need that. And, you can take this broken board. I'm not gonna need it. And I will take that lock, because I know I need that.
For what?
Oh, Silversmith's house. Yay. I get to make stuff. Needles! A spittoon. At least it looks like a spittoon, but it's next to the bed. It might actually be a bedpan. Nothing from either of you?
Just look into the fucking...
Oh, the spittoon going.
Already.
You know my opinion on this. Keep diving into these things.
Well, that's what makes this funny, damn it!
Keep going!
What, really? I mean, if it is just a spittoon, that's bad enough. But it might be a bedpan, and that would be way worse.
Keep going.
I feel like maybe you aren't getting what I'm saying. We're talking about an object that someone probably uses when they wake up in the middle of the night and can't be bothered to walk to the outhouse. And the best you can hope for is maybe they only use it to spit nighttime tobacco juice into, in which case it's only full of rancid congealing tobacco spit.
Keep going.
Are you even listening to me? Or are you just sort of skimming past the text? Bedpan.
I'm pretty sure there's treasure and you are not stopping me.
Bedpan.
Shut up!
Okay, fine. Have it your own way. Your own filthy, disgusting way. Turns out to probably not be a bedpan, but it is definitely a spittoon, and it is definitely filled with rotting brown spit.
Fish around.
What is wrong with you?
Hurt me!
Oh, good God. Okay. You plunge your hand in up to the wrist, makes a gloop noise, and breaks the thin skin of congealing toxins that was previously keeping the dire smell in relative check. Now you are choking in a miasma of oily, bitter chaw stink. You know that feeling you get when you're about to puke? How you get that taste way back in the rear corners of your mouth? That metallic tang by the root of your tongue like you're sucking on a corroded old penny?
Just tell me what I found.
You found a filthy slime-covered old brooch. Are you happy? I bet you're gonna put it on without even washing it first.
Maybe I will, to spite your ass!
Unironically, we are.
That's fine.
It's in the build.
Alright, so, what are you learning now?
Alright, let me see. What can we get? Fan, shooting Annie. Strong medicine. The shelf looks pretty picked over. Find a couple of things still look edible. This bookshelf contains like 90 copies of Johnny Tremaine. There's something weird about it, though. It's too neatly organized. Like maybe the guy was hiding something.
I can come back later with more moxie.
Oh boy.
I'll be back. Well, I'll be back anyway, because there's a safe here. Your keen eyes detect a secluded cave in the near distance. Exploring it would definitely be a good use of your time.
Ooh. Whee!
Oh? What's new, Susie?
There's another ranch out this way, the Butterfield Ranch. Dairy farm mainly.
Alright, we can check it out.
Oh, gosh.
And you just skipped over the rest of the dialogue? Okay, that's
Yeah, 'cause
fine.
there wasn't much to say, I'm sorry. Like, there's a plaque.
I know, I'm
bolted-
just being a tease.
There's a plaque bolted to the cave wall here. A
Sleepy
record-
over there?
Huh?
I'm talking to Chibi. I almost said Corey.
A record of the events of the expedition to and into Shaggy Dog Cave, November 1887, as recorded by Jim Plackwright.
Yes, the writer of plaques.
Having acquired through various and sundry means, a story which is interesting in its own right but better saved for another time, a map purporting to lead to a large cache of jewels and ingots of precious metals hidden by the infamous highwayman and train robber Black Cole Jr. in the years before the cows came home. I, Jim Plackwright, along with 3 compatriots, these being Nathaniel Wyman, Cyrus Howard, and Douglas Watts, set out to find Shaggy Dog Cave and the aforementioned treasure. Our equipment and provisions consisted of 1 cart and a horse to pull it, 4 additional horses to be ridden, 2 shovels, a spade, and a mining pick, a large coil of rope, 1 large basket of eggs, as well as an assortment of other trail provisions and cookware, my own collection of blank plaques and engraving tools, 1 large and shaggy dog, and a butt fur.
Alright.
After traveling for 2.5 days to the south and east, we arrived at a small town named Dirtwater, the largest settlement in the vicinity of Shaggy Dog Cave. Leaving the dog to watch the horses, the 4 of us entered the local saloon, and each ordered a beer, except Sai, who was satisfied with water.
Someone had to be.
The barman provided our drinks as requested, and then withdrew a small wooden box from underneath the bar, asking us if we'd care to witness something real interesting. Considering we still had quite a few hours left to travel, we politely declined and asked him if he knew the way to Shaggy Dog Cave. He replied he had never been there personally, but gave us rough directions, which correlated nicely with the notes on our map. Upon leaving the saloon, we discovered to our dismay that some unknown villain had tampered with our wagon. Fortunately, the only supplies missing were the butt fur and the entire basket of eggs, apart from one that Doug had concealed within a pocket for safekeeping. We also discovered the dog had
a single egg.
We also discovered that the dog had absconded with one of the horses, forcing Nate and Sai, after a drawing of lots, to share.
Oops.
Oh,
boy.
I'm accidentally hitting 2. My bad.
Uh-oh.
After acquiring a barrel of fresh water for the trip, as well as a replacement butt fur, we headed out into the open desert. The sun shone down mercilessly upon us, though we took small solace in the fact that it would have been far more intolerable had we made this expedition during the summer months rather than November. In order to pass the time on the trip and resist becoming dazed from the heat and susceptible to desert mirages, we exchanged stories of our youth, which I will not be retelling here for reasons of length. However, I will relate to you 3 odd occurrences that happened to us during our trek to the desert. The first was 2 or 3 hours out of Dirtwater when Nate noticed a glint of sunlight upon a metallic object buried in the sand. This was revealed to be a brass oil lamp of foreign design and manufacture, which fortuitously still contained a quantity of oil. Deciding this might come in handy, we stashed it in the wagon with our other tools.
How fortuitous.
Pick the first one in the desert.
Our next encounter was with a nomadic goblin tribesman who we discovered spoke excellent English. It inquired as to our destination, and we replied we were looking for Shaggy Dog Cave. though we did not disclose the reason for our journey. The goblin confirmed we were heading on the correct course, and mentioned he had only a short time earlier witnessed a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in the same direction. We all agreed this was an unusual sight indeed, and continued on our way.
So the dog is legit riding a horse. What the fuck?
Yeah. What, you don't believe him?
I didn't expect that there's that abscond with the horse. That they actually took the horse and rode off to fuck knows where.
I just tested the noise suppression of my mic by just opening a can of ginger ale right in front of it. Sometime later, we encountered a large adobe hut, occupied by two identical-seeming old men with wild hair and long white beards. They invited us to take shelter from the heat, which we gracefully accepted, and introduced themselves as hermits. This struck me as peculiar, given that there were two of them, but I felt it would be rude to question them on that point.
Good brothers.
One of the hermits confirmed we were near Shaggy Dog Cave, and the other hermit confirmed that what his brother said was true. They also commented they had seen a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in that direction. We all agreed this was an unusual sight indeed. The hermits refreshed our water supply in exchange for our butt fur, and we continued on our way, excited to finally be nearing our goal.
Yay.
After 2 more hours, we finally arrived at Shaggy Dog Cave, carefully keeping our excitement in check, lest we become incautious. We unloaded our equipment and supplies from the wagon and took a brief respite in the cool shade of the cave entrance. To celebrate our arrival, Doug unpocketed and shared the egg he had saved from our basket that had been stolen in Dirtwater. Once we were rested, we decided the time had come to explore the cave. Discovering we had neglected to pack torches, lanterns, or any other light source with which to illuminate the cave, we declared that it was indeed fortuitous that Nate had discovered that antique oil lamp during our travels. He gave the brass a quick shine, and then lit the wick, and we were relieved to discover that it lit easily and provided a very adequate amount of light.
This whole story is literally just, oh my goodness, what a great coincidence.
As we headed into the cave, we were further encouraged by the fact that the floor was quite even and easy to traverse, and there were no side passages which might cause us to get lost. Despite this, I resolved to hang a number of plaques to mark our progress throughout the cave, and engrave them with the tale of our journey, such that others who discovered the cave after us might be entertained and edified by our story. Soon we came to the end of the tunnel, while Nate, Sai, and Doug took turns with the excavation. I completed the last of the aforementioned plaques. It was a matter of perhaps an hour before Sai's shovel struck a wooden surface with a hollow noise, and we hauled a traditionally styled treasure chest out of the hole with great excitement. The chest was locked with an ancient and rusting iron padlock, which broke easily from a single swing of our pickaxe. We opened the lid slowly, and the flickering light of the antique oil lamp shone brilliantly upon jewels of every color and shining ingots of precious metals, just as promised by the legends of Black Coal Jr., joyous at our triumph. We loaded the chest into our wagon and began the journey home. Thank you for reading, and may your own endeavors be equally successful. Signed, Jim Blackwright.
Thanks, buddy.
It's a hole, a completely empty one.
Thanks, buddy.
That was a waste.
Really appreciate it.
That was a waste of fucking time.
A whole lot of nothing. Oh well. We got a funny story out of it at least. Or entertaining story, so.
I got to do a funny voice, so.
Yeah. Quite a fun time at the very least.
Not as fun as when I played Phoenix Wright and got to absolutely eat the scenery. Susie, what do you think?
The aristocrats.
What?
Forget it.
Okay.
You got another race car, don't you?
You espy an empty whiskey bottle sitting on top of a fence post about 60 paces away. I'ma shoot it. With a single crack shot, you shoot and crack the single bottle. Nice shooting.
Woo!
Ooh, book.
Ooh!
Ooh, book. As you turn a corner, you come face to face with 3 bandits pushing a large barrel marked TNT down the trail. 4 of you stare at each other for a moment, unsure of how to deal with this potentially violent happenstance.
Hornswoggling.
Whew! Good thing I caught up to you guys. The sheriff's looking for 3 fellas dressed like bandits pushing a barrel. If he sees you like that, the plan's bust!
Hell, tarnation, what should we do?
Well, I reckon he's looking for 3 fellas dressed like bandits, right? Not 2 fellas dressed like bandits and 1 fella in his underwear.
Hey, there's some good thinking. Thanks, partner.
3 bandits draw lots and the loser hands you his gear. Nice.
Brought them blind.
That's why it's Hornswoggling. Yay, the Dave Yard! I'm gonna go to the Dave Yard.
Dave!
Here lies Dave B. Died with his boots on, but not his pants. My boots now.
Time to fight
Jump
some
on him.
Gillies.
Gulp. I'm gonna use my weapon because skeletons are immune to poison.
Interesting. Went down in a theater.
Dave J. Rap-a-pow! Let me just,
And slice.
whack.
Whack.
These fuckers die easily.
Susie, you're awesome. Dave L. Died of a heart attack. See you in negative 36 years. Dave G. He was looking to the sky to save him, but even the sky can't save a feller from, like, 40 angry bears.
Lol.
Oh gosh.
Beat the dickens out of him.
Dickens out of him.
Bulp. Whack. Bam. There we go, we got a bone.
You got the bones.
It's a pile of bones that isn't moving around for a change. You got a skull with an odd tag on it. Dave G. Murdered by a different feller named Dave G. Here lies Dave D.
Wasn't that the guy from before?
The truth was out there. It killed him.
Damn. Be careful out there, buddies. Can't be too cautious against the truth.
This is a nice little grinding spot if you wanna.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the hard hat on, you can only do like 5 fights before the hat tells you, okay, that's fucking enough.
Yeah, once, like, per day. So.
This is a pile of mostly burned rags that maybe used to be a person? You dig through the rags and
find a little bit to show it off.
find a few things that look like they're worth keeping. Gore-splattered scroll, human ashes, and a robe receipt.
Oh, fun. There's a pentagram here.
I'm going to show both options so that people can see it.
You scrape the largest of the giblets off of the scroll and read it. It says to take a pile of human ashes, spread them out in the shape of a person inside a red chalk ritual circle, then sprinkle them with stardust and place a mostly perfect, or better, glass sphere where the heart would be. Anyway, that's the gist of it. The actual text has a lot more these and thous and such as like that. Plus there's a bunch of weird gibberish you're supposed to say out loud while you're doing it.
Oh, fun.
Meanwhile, it's time you started gathering clues about the whole perambulating dead situation that's going on around these parts. Grab a notebook and paperclip the receipt to the first page. Okay.
Necromancer journal.
Receipt for a delivery of robes. Looking at it more closely, you see there's a surcharge for delivery past Boulder Pass. That means Necromancer's lair is definitely west of the mountains. Good to know. Looks like that's everything you've got so far. We can't perform the ritual because we don't have stardust.
Maybe like some combat real quick in the mausoleum, or
Oh, fine, I'll show off a battle.
show off like maybe the big, like 2 versions of the battle, like both the normal and the hard mode for each one.
Well, I mean, it's the same type of battle. Like, it's just that in hard mode, it's the enemy stats are a lot higher.
No, I mean like a whole bunch, like the 2 options you got. My bad.
Jeez. No, that's my bad. I'm gonna use dynamite. Because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Take him out.
Ow! Bitch! Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Well, XP, what can you use it for?
Just give it a moment. We're heading to the desert house. As you dismount and approach the house where the bandits are holed up, you hear a voice from inside say, "What was that?" Uh-oh. Looks like you're gonna have to be sneaky if you want to avoid a full-on fracas. Sneaky is my middle name. Wait, really? Yes, Sneaky is my middle name. Okay, if you say so. Thanks. Hey, Susie. What do you say? Susie?
I'm sorry. Looks like these fellas hold up tight. Unless you want to fight on your hands, you have to go in real quiet like.
Down out here.
Also, good thing I'm Southern. I get to do a Southern accent for real.
That's why I keep, like, poking you, like, hey. From the sound of it,
Southern dude, come on. You got this.
from the sound of it, you'd say this doghouse contains an angry dog. This doghouse contains an angry dog. Very funny. You're not gonna be able to get past it without learning the gang inside the house.
Give him a bone.
With a knick-knack paddywhack, you achieve your aim. The dog begins contentedly gnawing the human femur. Good for him.
Oh, what a good pup. I wish I could pet them, but you know, this is a game.
The hinges on this gate are really rusty. If you open it, the bandits inside are definitely going to hear it.
Oil them.
Use the last of the oil in the can on the rusty hinges. The gate swings open easily and silently.
Yes.
You creep up to the door. You can hear the gang inside. You notice the door jamb is busted, probably from being kicked in. There's a crude hasp made of bent nails on the door. Looks like the bandits have just been locking it with a padlock from the outside when they leave.
Ooh.
Quietly lock the door from the outside. Definitely got the upper hand at this point. What's your next move? Back
Let's
off
get
for a
'em.
bit. Okay. Okay, fellas, the jig is up! A muffled voice says, "The law! Get 'em, boys!" And then, "Tarnation, we're locked in!" You hear a chorus of defeated sighs. "Toss out your weapons and I won't arrest you." You hear a quiet but heated discussion inside. Eventually a voice says, "Alright!" And some pistols fall out the window. "Just kidding, I'm still going to arrest you." The voice says, "Oh, dang it." You round up the gang and haul them back to Dirtwater. That's the house in the desert gang, alright. All except for the house, that is. Did it get away? What? Was I supposed to? Nah, I'm just messing with you. Here's your reward.
We are the law in this country now.
Another wanted poster. The Potemkin Gang, for unlicensed civil engineering and flaunting of construction regulations. Last seen in an unregistered settlement north of Dirtwater. Wanna go check it out?
Yeah.
What's our time right now?
42 minutes. Well, 42 minutes, 50 seconds.
We're good.
It's all fine. I just accepted
We're
we're gonna have
fine.
hour-long fucking videos. I've just accepted
It's
it by
too
now.
fun. It's too fun to not.
Let's go to Cavern Canyon. Ooh. You find a wrecked bank stagecoach with a strong box in the back. Too heavy to carry, but too locked to open. Yeah. Danger! Spider!
Oh. Fun.
Doot, 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 doot.
There's a game I've been playing recently, and it's like a horror-esque game. And I'm normally a coward when it comes to horror games, but I've entertained myself by trying to see how many deaths I can accumulate in it.
Oh yeah, this frickin', I just realized, this goddamn, the guide I'm using also has a build for the Dirtwater shops. You can find numerous people who will open up shops in Dirtwater, and depending on what shops open right next to them, they will get changes in items.
Ooh, neat. So you have to be very, very careful, I guess, with who you pick.
Yeah, and the certain build I'm getting, the guy who's here is the last one I have to get.
Oh, no.
Anyways.
And of course we came here first.
And here we have weapons, medicine, and booze. What should we get?
Weapons first.
Well, we can only get one.
What was the first one again?
Weapons.
Weapon, medicine, and booze. I'd say medicine because we can always get booze at the bars.
You dig
We can
through the
always
crate.
get weapons.
You dig through the crate. You got an item. Bottle of la-na-na-na-dum.
Num.
You got an item. Army Field Trauma Kit. You hear a sudden chittering coming from that big hole behind you.
Oh,
You must have a
Buddy.
death wish standing this close to that thing. You should leave. Right now. Before that spider eats you.
and then you can't go back in there, unfortunately, because the spider is active.
You hear a horrible skittering noise, followed by a scream, followed by more horrible skittering noises, followed by more screams, followed by some rapping noises, followed by some muffled screams. Then there's more skittering, then silence.
Huh.
Danger! Kitchen! Hi, buddy. Bye, buddy.
Bye. We'll come back later.
Danger! Bar! Looks like this place needs a new bartender. What's this? He had a jaw harp in his pocket. Maybe they killed him for playing the jaw harp too much.
Oh. Poor guy. Didn't deserve that.
Is jaw harp actually a thing?
Yes, it is an instrument.
It's an actual instrument.
Yes, it is.
The gang has been prepped for spider consumption. You stack the cocoons on the back of your horse, except for one, which Susie carries on her shoulder, and head back to the Dirtwater jail. Is that the Stripey Hat gang? What happened to them? They had a run-in with a giant spider. Giant spider of justice! Fortunately, the reward is for results rather than explanations. Groovy. Groovy.
To do the one had to do the pickup, I guess.
The poster says, Wanted,
Or
the
one
Black
line.
Hat Bandits, for horse theft and the selling of counterfeit glue. Last seen heading north toward the old millinery. Interesting. No good can come of criminals with access to hat-making machinery. Would you like to go investigate?
Huh.
You mark the location of the millinery on your map and spend some time saying millinery over and over. Millenary.
Millenary.
It's a good word.
Millionary. Millie.
Don't mind me. Just doing the worm.
Millie.
Alright, what else? Butterfield Ranch, the Millinery, and the Potemkin Gang are in a different region, so... Oh.
Does that take a day to do?
You hear a rustling sound and trace it to a small gulch nearby. Peeking over the edge, you see a goblin rustling around in the brush. Presumably it's a gulch goblin rustler. I always kind of assumed that referred to a different sort of rustling, though. Looks up at you and makes some angry-sounding goblin noises.
Angie.
Hey, quick! There's a cougar coming! We have to distract it. Do you have any food to throw at it? Hurry! You got an item. Goblin sandwich.
Oh. Goblin.
Let's head to Fort Cowardice. Oh, you folks okay?
Coward.
We're on our way to Dirtwater, but our wagon went and broke down on us. That's rough. You're liable to get attacked by bandits out here. Or snakes. Or coyotes. Or ghosts. Or other things that basically live exclusively on stranded travelers. Isn't there something you can do to help us? You can give them a ride to Dirtwater, ask Susie to fix the wagon, or leave them to their own devices.
Alright.
So,
I mean, Susie could do it.
I don't necessarily remember what Pete and Gary can do. Gary is useful, like, throughout the entire thing, anything with goblins.
Yeah.
So, each partner has a specific thing that they can do in certain, like, things you come upon while going to places.
He is great for damage.
Well, no, I'm talking about, like, these events that happen.
So
Yeah.
Susie can fix things.
Susie can fix a wagon. Doc Alice can help a guy who's got a busted dancing arm.
Well, maybe
And I
I'll fix
don't-
the wagon.
Susie, you know about wagons and stuff. Think you could fix this?
Reckon.
Susie crawls under the wagon and pokes around for a moment, then reappears and chucks a dead rat over her shoulder.
Rat in your carburetor. I'll be fine now.
Oh, thank you so much. Groovy.
Groovy.
What's your speed you can use right now, by the way? Hold up.
Hmm?
What's your XP? I mean, you gained quite a bit of XP. What the heck are you looking at now for your stats that you can use?
I gotta up Mysticality as well. I completely forgot about that.
Well, we got experience to work with, so you have choices. You have options.
Ooh, I found a thingy.
Thingy.
That reminds me, I completely forgot to read this book. Let's see
Do
what
it.
we got. Quick on the draw, fan hammer. That's something we definitely need. That is like #1 on the combat priority.
Fuck yes.
Fan hammer. Shoot first, then shoot again, then shoot again, and then ask questions if there's anything left to ask questions of. Unfortunately, a stray spark from one of your shots set the magazine on fire, and you're unable to prevent it from being destroyed.
Ah! Ow.
What have we got? Black. Shaker of saltpeter. 1 shaker of saltpeter is enough.
Look all blood.
Hello. Whoa! You probably shouldn't try to open this pie safe while that goblin's shooting it. You know what I'm gonna do?
Oh man.
I'm gonna get your attention. With violence!
Why are you buying it?
Because fuck it, that's why.
Because I want to. Gulp.
Go burp.
Boom! Look at that!
What happened? I missed it. Do it again, I wasn't looking.
1 shot! 15 poison!
Oh, you gonna die.
Poison!
Oh,
You're dead. You put an end to that pie-shooting goblin's reign of terror. All the world's pies thank you. Damn right, I love pie. Get General Gob's hat and General Gob's pistol. And
Poor Gob.
And there's a lead pie in there. Well, I'm sorry, I had to defend pies.
Those poor
You
pies.
hear the sound of several goblins snoring inside this tent.
You're gonna kill them all, are you?
You're damn right I am. They're probably in league with that son of a bitch.
Which son of a bitch?
The fucking pie shooter.
Damn, pie shooters don't deserve to live.
You damn right. Oh, marching orders. Nice. Look at the diagrams. A safe, which can't really do anything about. That sign says toilet and goblin, which makes it seem pretty likely that goblins use this tent as a toilet. No way are you gonna go in there. And I got a cannonball.
Cannonball!
Alright, we're gonna head back to Dirtwater, and something I can't use. And we are at 54 minutes now.
Dang,
So-
right on the money.
We're gonna cut this off here. Thank you all so much for watching. If you like this and you want to see more, leave a like, share this with your friends, hit subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss another one. And we will see you next time.
Bye!
Yeah.